What's up, guys? My name is Brendan, and this is Student of the Community. In this series, you guys send me your clips through Instagram's direct messenger, and then I give you the best tips I can. That way, we're all able to learn from each other and become students of the entire tricking community. And guys, keep submitting your clips, because there's a new episode of Student of the Community coming out every Friday. But with that said, let's get started. Our first clip comes from Demayan, and he sent us a video of his double B twist. This attempt is super close, and he looks super strong. So let's check it out and give him some tips. First, I want to say that was a good double B twist, and you could easily land this trick. You're super strong and you have a really tight twist, but you need to fix the beginning. You need to do a far stronger butterfly kick set. The reason we do that U-dip is not only to get our chest horizontal, but it also helps us block. When you did your double B twist, you traveled a huge distance, which shows me you didn't convert your horizontal momentum into vertical momentum by blocking. Next time you do your double B twist, really focus on that set. Get that dip, fight the momentum, so that way you can explode into a nice big butterfly kick and then wrap in your twist. You definitely rushed the twist, and if you can be a little bit more patient, the double B twist will be far easier. Like I said, you had a really strong twist. Your body was nice and tight, and you did a good job of opening up at the end. But you need to get more power in the beginning. You need to get more flip with a better butterfly kick set, and you need more height by focusing on your blocking. Because your twisting and your ending were pretty good, I don't see any issues there. If you can just fix the beginning, you should have no issues doing the double B twist. Our second clip comes from Kieran, and he sent us a video of his gainer switch. And when he did his gainer switch, he absolutely murdered his big toe. So let's check it out, give him some tips, and help him avoid this in the future, because I've done this myself and it is really painful. Kieran, that was a good gainer switch, but you could totally prevent that kick into the ground. Here are a few things I think you should focus on next time you train your gainer switch. First, when you did your gainer switch, specifically the switch itself, you did it too early. When you do a good gainer switch, you need to get all the flip in your cheat gainer before you execute the switch. If you switch your legs early, you're not able to get a full swing, and that means you don't have the flip you need to complete the gainer switch. When you did this attempt, it was just a little bit low. Next time, do your switch a little bit later, and you should have a little bit easier of a time getting the flip you need. The other thing I think you should focus on is swinging slightly off axis. If you swing your leg perfectly straight, it will be far more likely to smack into the ground. Rather, what I would recommend is swing your leg between your shoulder and your ear. That way it's slightly off axis, even though you're doing an on axis trick like the gainer switch. Having that slightly off axis swing will prevent you from kicking the ground. And like I said, when you kick the ground like that, it really hurts. So it really helps to have a slightly off-axis swing, so that way you just don't go completely vertical and smack into the ground. The other thing is to make sure your foot is flexed. When you're doing a swing trick, you actually don't want to point your toes during the swing motion. If you do that, you're going to kick the ground. Rather, you want your foot flexed and maybe just a slight bend in your knee, so that way your leg can travel right over the ground. If you point your toes as you're doing a gainer switch, you might kick the ground, and that is not fun. So flex your foot, it will be far easier. But if you focus on those things, hopefully you'll be able to avoid this in the future. The gainer switch is a really hard trick, and this is super common. I myself have done it a number of times. Our third clip comes from Alan, one of the patrons of Mastering Tricking. Guys, please go thank Alan. His money is going towards me creating content just like this, so that way you guys can learn tricking for pretty much free. If you guys are interested in contributing to Mastering Tricking, like Alan, please go to patreon.com/masteringtricking. But Alan sent us a video of his rise. He says he's struggling to get the right timing and the right level of inversion. So let's check it out and give him some tips. Alan, that was a really good rise, and you could easily land this trick with perfect timing and perfect inversion. Here are the tips I think you should focus on. First, think about your legs. You kicked that back leg a little bit late, and that might have hurt your timing. Rather, when you set into that rise, make sure you're kicking that back leg straight back right away before you execute your jump. If you kick that leg a little bit later, you won't get as much flip. So if you maybe kick that leg a little bit more inverted and focus on kicking it a little bit earlier, the timing of your rise will be a little bit better. The other thing you want to fix is your inversion, so that way you're able to swing out of the rise effectively. And if you want to do this, what I would recommend is get your arms similar to the arm positioning of a Gumby or a touchdown rise, specifically your right arm. As you were going for the rise, you kept it mostly horizontal to your body. If you can swing that arm more vertically, as you did with your left arm, your rise will have a little bit more inversion, and that will make it easier to swing. Finally, the last thing I think you should focus on is hitting that eagle position. Right before you land, arch your back a little bit extra. Pull your arms behind you and take that swing leg and use your glute to pull it up. If you can exit the rise in a nice strong eagle, it will be far easier to swing from. But those are the things I think you should really focus on. First, kicking that leg a little bit later and a little bit more inverted. Second, getting your arms way over your head and taking that right arm and moving it the same way you would for a Gumby or a touchdown rise. Finally, if you're able to hit a nice strong eagle out of your rise, you'll be able to swing into whatever skill you want. Our fourth clip comes from Eugene, and he sent us a video of his scoot double full. He says he's having some issues and he's looking for some tips on how he can land with his chest up. So let's check it out and help him land more upright.
Yay! Yay!
Eugene, this was a great scoot double full, but if you want to land it with your chest up, you need to get more flip in the beginning. You did a great job of doing your scoot and getting a ton of horizontal momentum, but as you were jumping, you didn't block as effectively as you could, and as you were setting for the double full, you barely did any flip. You went straight from here and began wrapping in your twist. If you can complete your set, the same set you would do almost for like a backflip or maybe a more off-axis cheat gainer. If you can set a little bit more vertically and then pull in your twist, you should have a lot more height. Because honestly, you did a good job twisting. Your twist was super tight, but if you'll notice, at the apex of your double full, your body is pretty much horizontal. Your head is just below your hips, and that means you need more flip and more inversion in the very beginning. And like I said, you can do this by just setting a little bit more linearly, moving your arms more up instead of pulling them straight to twist. If you can be a little bit more patient and get a little bit of set in the beginning, you should have no issues doing the scoot double full. But it already looks good and strong. So just keep those things in mind and keep training. Our fifth and final clip comes from William, and he sent us a video of his double B twist. He says he's really struggling to understand spotting. So let's help him understand where his eyes should go as he performs the double B twist. William, that was a good double B twist. Your technique was fantastic, but I can see what you mean with the spotting. The entire time you did your double B twist, it looked like you were looking to the side the entire time. And if you're just twisting the entire time, you're not going to be able to know when you leave the ground, when you need to twist, and then when you need to open up to land. Instead of just looking one way the entire time, I recommend you do cyclical spotting. Spot in almost like a pattern. When you're beginning your double B twist, and when you're doing that butterfly kick set, what I would recommend is spot the floor or the wall behind you. Anything to keep you from twisting. If you start looking to the side early, you're gonna be cutting down on the B kick, which means you won't get as much flip. If you can look down and not twist early and set for that butterfly kick, you will have far more flip. Now, after you spot down, you wanna rip that twist. And this is what you're really good at. You did a good job of looking to your side and bringing your entire body in to twist you around. But what I noticed is after you saw your landing, you almost kept looking. When you spot your landing, after completing those two twists, you need to open up your body and stop turning your head. If once you spot your landing, you lock into it with your eyes, that will keep your body from spinning and that will help you land more safe. But this was a good double B twist. You had good technique. You did a good job of setting like a butterfly kick, wrapping in that twist, and then opening up at the end. But when you're doing that motion, think about the eye sequencing. When you're doing that butterfly kick, spot the ground or the wall behind you. As you start to wrap in that twist, of course, look towards your twisting side. Then once you spot your landing after doing those two twists, lock in on it. Don't move your eyes once you spot the landing, so that way your body will open up. Where your eyes go, your body tends to follow. So if you can control your spotting as you do the double B twist, it will be far easier to perform. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a special thank you to all the patrons just like Alan. These are people who are donating their money towards mastering tricking, so that way I can create educational tricking content for all of you guys. You see, I need to eat, and this channel does need a way to make money. Patreon is part of that, and if you want to support that way, it would mean the world to me. But you could also support in different ways. You could pick up the Mastering Curriculum, an ebook dictating my tricking philosophy. You could also pick up a Mastering Tricking shirt, or just keep watching the content and help me get that AdSense. Seriously guys, everybody who supports this channel is helping out, and it means the world to me. But if you guys want to go deeper and support more, that would be absolutely awesome. Christmas is coming around, so if you want to give the Mastering Tricking shirt as one of your Christmas gifts, order it soon so that way I can get it to you in time. But thank you guys for watching. Keep trying, keep working at it, and keep training tricking. I know this sport is hard, but guys, don't get discouraged. And please have a lovely day.